How do you feel you react to criticism?
I think I react well to it. I mean, it has to be constructive criticism because I'm looking for ways to improve myself. So you always have to be open to what people have to say to you because you don't grow. However, if it's someone that's giving you a critique just to be a nasty bee, then I don't react nicely to it. You will get a nasty look from me.
If you've watched any episodes of Next Great Baker, which cast members do you most relate to and why?
I think the cast member that I really relate to is Buddy. And I know that everybody's going to say Buddy, but the thing is, I do because you kind of have to be the jack of all trades when it comes to, I guess, owning and running a bakery or any kind of business, so to speak, because you have to know how to work in the front of the house and you have to learn how to work in the back of the house, and you have to be able to roll up your sleeves and help anybody that needs to, you know, whatever department needs to get something done needs to get it done. And you have to be able to say, you know, we're friends here, but there has to be that line, and you need to be able to stop and say, okay, now I'm your boss, and be able to, you know, give them that direction and that criticism, and even maybe yell at them when they need that done.
Do you feel your skills are better than the previous contestants on seasons 1 and 2? If so, elaborate.
I really do. You know, I can't sit here and say, like, you know, some people, like, were very good. Like in season 1, Jay Qualls was very good, and I loved his work, especially when it came time for the wedding cake challenge. But it would make me crazy because I'd watch some people and their bows were either too fat, and sometimes you'd see like the bubbles in the fondant, and it would drive me insane. You know, if I don't know how to do something, I'm not going to pretend, but I will try to do it. And, you know, I don't say like, you know, I know how to do it, and then make something and it comes out like a turd. I can't have it happen.
How elaborate or creative are your designs?
They can be pretty creative and they can be pretty elaborate. My forte into sculpting cakes, not that great, but you know, I still learn. But as far as doing, you know, wedding cakes, or even like a tiki torch, or even, which was my favorite cake, which was my Lady Gaga cake, that one was pretty time consuming for me, because that was, you know, if you ever looked at any of her dresses or whatever you want to call them, the costumes that she wears, she always has like these spikes hanging out, so I had to make my own spikes. So that took time, and that was kind of elaborate because I had to sit there and make sure that they were all right, and that, you know, they stuck to the cake properly. And even when it comes to making, you know, certain flowers that go on the cakes, like I stare at pictures for hours just to make sure that, you know, I have the right, you know, sense of, you know, if it's like a rose or something, I have the right, you know, look to it.
Tell us about your food industry experience, culinary school, jobs, cooking classes, self-taught.
Culinary school, I went to school in Baltimore International College, which, as I found out, is no longer. It's actually some other school, but who cares. I graduated from there, and I learned the basics. It was really great. And then, you know, I started working at a hotel, and got a lot of experience with doing wedding cakes, but I wasn't allowed to go a little further. Like a couple of us, you know, not a couple of us, it was just 2 of us, but we weren't really allowed to process further because I think they were kind of afraid of showing us more than what we needed to know, because I think they just wanted us in one area. So I had moved on to another bakery, which was